Yeah. What's up, guys? It's your boy Fotepe the Dreamer, and today we continue with our FL Studio Beginners Guide series. And today we are on episode 5. That's the playlist. We have so far looked at the toolbar, the browser, the channel rack, the piano roll. Alright, so today is the day for the playlist. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive in. That's after you have hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet subscribed, and if it's your first time, also check on the link in the description below that will take you to the episodes you have missed or to the full playlist. Okay, let's move in. Okay, this one is our fresh FL Studio. This is how it looks like. So we have looked at the toolbar, we have looked at the browser, we have looked at the channel rack, we have looked at the piano roll, and today is the day for the playlist. So this is the playlist here. In case you don't know how to access it and it's not there, you just come here. So the playlist, there is the playlist, and also there is the piano roll. The piano roll is here, it has the piano. So the playlist is here. The first one is the playlist, second one is the piano roll. So to access in our first episode, we looked at how to access all of these ones. Just come here, activate this one. So this one is our playlist. The playlist, we use the playlist to lay out our song or lay out a song. So when you hear a song, you feel like there is an intro, there is a chorus, there is a verse. So how do you organize that one? You organize that one courtesy of the playlist. So if, let's say, I have my kick that's here, I can have, let's say, I have my snare that is here. I can decide that I have my chorus that is starting here. The verse, maybe this is the intro, this is the chorus, the verse comes here, all these ones, maybe have my sound here. So this is how you organize it. So we are going to dive on all of these ones. Okay, new, no, I don't want to save it. Okay, so how do you organize your songs? First, if you remember in our episode of the channel rack, so let's say I have my pattern here. First of all, you have to we arrange it in terms of patterns. So this one is pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3. So let's say I go to my channel rack. Let me put in some kick here. So let me say I choose this kick here. When I choose this kick here, we already know how to use the channel rack. Let me replace that one. Let's say my first pattern, I have a kick. It's a quick one. We're not making a full song. We are just doing it for demo. So I have in my, so another thing, you can just adjust. I saying this is my kick. I can just adjust. So it's adjustable. I adjust like this. I can also adjust like this. You're saying 1, 2, 3. So what are these ones? From here to here, that's a bar. From here to here, that's another bar. So it's 1 bar, second bar, third bar, and each bar has a beat in it. So these lines here coming down, these smaller lines, those are beats. So each bar has 4 beats. So this is the first bar, second bar, second bar. So when you go to our channel rack, it's like this. Now this one, from here to here, that's a kick, that's 1 beat. Here 2 beats, 3 beats. It forms a bar. So this bar here, that's why it is indicating here. When I come to plot, it only plots 1 bar, because that's what we have on the channel rack. But let's say maybe I had plotted 2. Let's go So that's your pattern 1. You come here, you click, then now you can see we have the draw tool, we have the paint tool. When I have my draw tool, I click, my draw tool will just draw, but it will just be drawing 1, come here, click 1, come here, click 1. And if I want to delete, I just right click, then it goes away. So let me draw again. I draw. If I say let me drag on, it will not, it will just go with that. But if I activate my paint tool, I click, then when I come here, I just paint. The way it says, it's a paint tool. I just click and drag, then it just drags on, but I can't do that one with the draw tool. So that's the difference. Are you seeing? With the draw tool, it just takes, it cannot paint. So it's up to you, you use whatever you want. This one is a delete. This one is used to delete. Let's say I activate the delete, it will come, I say it deletes. So you can either you come here, activate the delete, or you just right click. When I right click, I will delete that one. I right click, I delete it. This one is mute. If I click mute, it means, let's say I mute this one, it will mute. Let's go to the song mode. Okay, now before we continue, we already know these ones. You have been following my past episode, you already know these ones. So for you to have to play all your songs or instruments here, you have to be in the song mode. Otherwise you will not get, you'll be playing in pattern mode. So for you to play here, you can see here, I'm going to activate it, song mode, activate it. So we were on mute. This one is muted, so it's not there. I mute this one like that. Okay, if you click again, you unmute. Another thing that I want you to know is that just like we saw it in our piano roll, if I have clicked this one and it's activated, if I'm going to paint, it's also going to paint that same size. It paints the same size. I have already told you that you can click, you drag. So if I drag it, that means even the next painting will be of that size. If I click here, it will paint that same size. If I adjust again this one, it's going to paint that. Let me activate that one. It's going to paint that same size. Okay. So this one is our pattern 1. This one is our pattern 1. And the next tool is the slice tool. So the slice tool, it's used to cut. It cuts off the shorter one. There are 2 ways of slicing. So let's say I want to slice this one. Maybe I will demonstrate this one when I bring in. Okay, let's do it right now. If I say I want to slice, if I activate it, activate the slice tool, there are 2 ways of slicing. The first one is just left click, then you slice. That one, it just divides, it just cuts off, it divides it into 2. You see, I sliced it, but this other part is still there, it just divided it. So if I want to come here to the move, I just remove this one. But the second way, if I wanted to slice and remove the shorter part or the last part, let me undo that one. Remember, undoing is Control Z. That is to undo 1 time. To undo more than 2 times, you have Control Alt Z. So let's say I wanted to slice this part here and it goes away. So if I come to my slice tool, I will press Alt and then right click. Are you seeing? If I just click left click, it's going to be blue. It just slices it into two parts. But if I want to slice it and it goes away, then I have to click, hold down Alt, then right click, so the shorter part will go off. So it always takes the shorter part, it deletes away the shorter part. Even if I come here, if I slice from here, it's going to take away. Let me bring it here so that you can see. Let me extend it here. If it will take away the shorter part, so if I come and slice from here, it will delete this one and leave that one. So hold down Alt, then right click. Sorry, we haven't activated the slice tool, so right click. Have you seen it has taken the shorter part away? This one is very good when you are dealing with maybe loops or audio clips. So why should I waste? This one is for selecting. Let's first finish the slice. Let's come to our browser here. Let me look for some samples. Let me go to the loops. I come to the loops so that you can see the slice tool. Maybe I want to slice some vocals. So this one is my loop. Maybe I want to slice somewhere. Maybe I want to remove this part here. So if I just want to slice this part here. Sorry about that. Maybe I want to remove this middle part here. Then I come here also, remove that middle part. So there is this middle part here. If I want to remove it, activate this one or this one, I come, I right click, it goes away. Or I come to the delete, I hit the delete, I come here, and then I delete. You see, again, maybe I want to chop off this part. I right click, then pressing Alt, it goes away. As simple as that. Okay, next is our selection tool. So select, there are very many ways, one of which is activate this one or this one. Or I come here, control, and then drag the part that I want to select. If I want to deselect, I again control, then I click. Or if I don't want to use that one, there is this one, direct selection. Activate it, then for it will select it for you. If I don't want to, I just come and click again. Okay, so those are the tools here. Now from there, as I have told you, for you to delete, you right click or you use the delete tool here. Now we were on patterns here. Now you can see we have 3 tabs here. We have the tabs for the patterns. This is the pattern. We have our audio click. That means this is our audio click. I just drag here, and if I add another pattern, let's say pattern 2, you see here we have added pattern 2. Then I come here, pattern 2. So in pattern 2, I want to add hi-hats, but I want them to go for more than 2 bars. As we have seen here, it's adding 1 bar, it's just 1 bar, because in our pattern 1 we only plotted the 1 bar. But let's say my hi-hats, we have already looked at the channel rack, so you already know how it works. Let's say I'm going to paint it, fill in 2 steps each, but I want to take it to 2 bars. That means 1 bit, 2 bits, those are going to be 8 bits. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I come here again, 2 steps, fill in 2 steps. So when I go to paint to our channel rack, it's going to put, remember the other one was 1, it only put 1. So when I come here, drag this one, I sing, it's going to fill 2 bars. That's because in our channel rack we filled in 2 bars. So that's the difference. So if I had dragged up to 3, let's say I was recording, maybe with a piano recording a melody, if it had gone for 5 bars, it will come here and paint 5 bars. So as I've told you, you can just here reduce, adjust, just left click and adjust. If I want to paint, I paint. From there we have these guys here, mute. Let's say I want to mute this one. I want to mute our loop. You right click. You left click rather. When you left click, you mute. If I want to unmute others one and leave and only leave with this one, I will right click. When I right click, it only remains with that one. If I want to bring it back again, I right click. Or if I want to mute that one, I left click. You get it? From there, you can change the color. You right click on the track you want. I change the color. You can rename. You can decide to rename it this one as kick. You rename. I right click. I can change the color. You right click. You can change the icon. Choose any icon you feel like. Yeah, you can do all. You can give all of them different colors, different names, the way you feel like. Okay. All right. Also, I can decide to move it down. I can right click, I move it down, I move it up, anywhere I feel like. Okay. I can delete. If you delete, you cannot undo it. So you just right click, you choose from whatever you want. I can here zoom in, zoom out, just click here, I drag, that is horizontally, or I place my cursor there and then I scroll with my mouse. Then here you can see I'm adjusting. That means if the song is too long, like up to there, so I just use here, come here, and then I adjust accordingly. That is horizontally. To do it vertically, come here, this guy here, just this guy here, you just scroll, then you adjust accordingly. You might be having the song is up to down here, the instruments and the sounds, they're up to down there. So just come here and then you adjust. It's up to you. So I've already said these tabs here, this is our pattern tabs. As you can see, our audio is not here in the patterns tab. Audio, this is for audio. If I had my automation, that means, let's say I want to automate. We shall look at automation also on its own, but let me say I want to automate the hi-hat. The hi-hats here, I'll come here on the volume. Automation, that means you are controlling something automatically. I right click, then create automation clips. Okay, you see it has created an automation clip. So automation, it's in the automation tab. Just access here, you see. So if I right click, I say down here, that means, and then I right click again, I increase, that means I'm increasing the volume. Remember, we automated the volume. So if are you getting it? I can again, you right click and then you create points. Just a matter, we shall look at automation. And so that's, sometimes you can feel in the song that somewhere here the volume has gone down, has gone up. So that's the automation. That's the, As simple as that one. So in other words, are you seeing what I was telling you about, that we organized the song? So if you organize, you can be having all the instruments down here, they are organized there. You just organize them like that. Another thing, let's say sometimes it can be hectic for you to be dragging like this. So I can decide to highlight these ones. Let me say highlight, how to duplicate. Now we're looking at how to duplicate these ones and extend them here. I highlight them. After highlighting, I press shift, then drag it. I drag, I move it. Again, I can again also highlight, it's highlighted, press shift, then I drag. Okay. I'm just using undo. Okay. That's it. What else do we need to know? Okay. Another one is making unique. There is what we call making unique. If I start just here. Now, you can see, let's take for example the hi-hats here. Our hi-hats. Our hi-hats. Now, let's say I want the first two bars are going to be that one, but I want to change the style of the hi-hats in the third and the fourth bar. So what do you do? I don't have to go again and record but what I can do is I click one, then I make it unique. I can just decide to make this one unique. When I make it unique, have you seen it has now this one is no longer pattern 2, is pattern 3. So I can go back to my channel rack. As you've seen, I can go to my channel rack. When I scroll, channel 2 it's still the same, channel 3, but now I want to change my channel, my pattern 3 to be unique. I have already made it unique, so any change that I make will not affect channel 2. So I can decide now this one to make it 4 steps. So you can see this one it's no longer like this one. They are not the same. At first they were all moving in 2 steps. Now it is 4 4 4 4 4. If I play, are you seeing? Because if you don't make unique, any change that you make, let's say now let's go to the kick. Any change that you make, let's say I remove one kick here, are you seeing all of them are affected? All of them are affected. So in case you wanted to make a change somewhere, maybe around the verse, you wanted the style of the kick to change, you wanted the style of the kick to change, so you just select what you want to change. Maybe let's say from here I want the kick to change. Let me first go back here, return this one, and let's say around the verse here, let's say my verse maybe is going to be here. I want the style of the kick to change. I will come here, make this one unique, where I want it to start from. I make it unique, so it is now pattern 2, it's no longer pattern 1. So even if I go and change this one, the pattern 1 will not be affected. Pattern 1 will not be affected, only pattern 2 will be affected, which is the new created one. So I can decide to remove this one. I decide to remove this one. You see? So if I play, So I can decide to delete these ones, then I copy this one here, then I now this one has changed. Maybe I want somewhere again here, I want it to be like pattern 1. So instead of deleting and coming and pasting this one here, I can just say I click there, then I say select source pattern. Source pattern, I want it to be pattern 1. So now this one has gone back to pattern 1. Remember last time it was pattern 2, now it has gone back to, because it has taken all of them because they were all highlighted. Are you seeing? So it takes, if they are all highlighted, that's why it has changed. But if I only make this one, let's say only this one, which maybe only this one, select source pattern, pattern 2, it has only affected this one. But if I highlight all of them, let's say I highlight these ones, I select source pattern, I select source pattern as 2, all of them are affected. Then sometimes you want to loop something. Maybe there is a part you are focusing on, maybe you are editing, or you want to record at a certain part. I can highlight, can come here, I highlight, so it's looping. I'm just looping, so I'll be looping only this part here. I'm looping only, so it will go here again, come back here. That is looping. This one is mostly when you want to focus on a certain area to hear what is happening. Maybe you are recording, maybe you are recording a verse or a chorus, this part here, you just loop them. To remove, you just double click, it goes. Or if I want to start playing somewhere, instead of coming to start playing from here, I want it to start playing maybe from somewhere here, just click there. And so it will go back. If I stop again, it will come back here. I stop, it comes back. Maybe we also want to focus on that part. Okay, so that's it guys, that's it. I hope you have gotten something. Don't worry, because we are just it's just a beginner's series, it's a beginner's guide, but mostly that's what you will be looking at, that's what you will be dealing with. I've told you, changing the pattern here. To increase the pattern, you just come here, click, you increase. If you have maybe 13 patterns here, you increase as many patterns as you want. All right, let me hope you have gotten something. Our next episode is going to be the mixer. So we have come along where we have looked at the toolbar, the browser, the channel rack. Now the next episode is going to be the mixer. How do you mix? Changing the sound, you know. Or you hear people saying mixing the song, this is what you use. This is our mixing console, right? Okay, it has been a long video. Let me stop it here. Let me hope you have gotten something. Okay, hope to see you in our next episode. If you haven't checked the last episodes, check in the description below. It will take you to the playlist of all the episodes we have. Okay, I remain your boy, Photopia the Dreamer. I sign out.